Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be starting a new series. This series is going to be called our Japan Talk series. In this series, we're going to show you beautiful scenery from all over Japan, and while you guys are watching and enjoying the scenery of the beautiful Japanese countryside, we are going to talk about some feature of Japan or some aspect of Japanese culture. And for today's topic, we are talking about Hanami culture in Japan. And Hanami culture is basically the viewing of cherry blossoms, and it's all related to cherry blossom season in Japan. So let's talk about that today. So when you guys think of cherry blossom season in Japan, I'm sure you think about the beautiful cherry blossom trees. You think about people, sitting under the trees, having picnics with their family and friends, enjoying some drinks, enjoying some good foods together, and just watching the gorgeous fleeting beauty of the cherry blossom petals just falling for the trees, and it just being in an environment where it looks like it's raining cherry blossoms all around you. This is sort of the essence of what we imagine when we're imagining cherry blossom season in Japan. But in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Hanami culture specifically. How did this tradition begin, and where did it come from? Because this is something that was kind of imported to Japan. So this actually all started back in the Nara period, which was from the year 710 to 794. And back then, during that time period, it wasn't actually cherry blossoms that the Japanese people admired, but it was ume. If you guys are not familiar with the ume plant, with ume trees rather, they do look quite like cherry blossom trees. They're a little bit more brightly colored, a little bit more vibrantly colored, but they actually last a lot longer. So ume season is from normally from the beginning of January until the end of February. So it spans about 2 months. Where cherry blossoms, really they only have a lifespan of, a week or two, pretty much at best. And that's why the petals, fall off the trees, because the lifespan is really fleeting. And so this practice was actually imported to Japan from China, because in the Chinese Tang Dynasty, they had a culture of basically enjoying, the ume trees, and they would have essentially a culture that's really similar to what is seen in today in Japan. Basically people sitting with their families and enjoying the beauty of the ume trees, and lots of poets and philosophers and literaries in China at that time were writing about, and admiring the beauty of the flowers. And then this is a culture that slowly became imported into Japan. And eventually this started translating, over to sakura trees, because Japanese people noticed that, the sakura tree was incredibly beautiful, and they sort of related, the fleeting beauty of the sakura petals, they're having this really very, very brief lifespan, and just seeing the beauty of that, something so delicate, something so fragile. The Japanese people, they began to kind of relate this to the human experience, and the human experience, in the span of the universe, in the span of the world, it's very, very small. We have this very small, bright life. Our lives come to, bloom very, very quickly, and soon we wither and we disappear back to the earth. And so, the Japanese kind of saw this as I said, just as a relation to the human experience. And Hanami culture and cherry blossom viewing is sort of a celebration of human life in a way, because the cherry blossom trees and the petals, that they very closely, kind of mirror the human experience. And the beauty of human life in a way is also how fragile and how fleeting it is. And we have to, treasure and appreciate those beautiful moments while they're there, because life doesn't last long. And this is essentially, where Hanami culture came from. It was imported from China, and the Japanese, over time kind of adapted it, to kind of align with their values and their philosophies of life. So it's actually, it's quite beautiful, and it's a really beautiful, time of year. So now I want to talk to you, a little bit more in kind of practical terms. If you guys are visiting Japan, what is cherry blossom season like in Japan? One of the cool things is that, cherry blossom season, the really peak time of cherry blossom season where you can see on the screen now with just these leaves that are raining down. This is really the most ideal timing. When people go and have their picnics in Japan, they really want to time it so that they can be there when the petals start to fall. And it's raining sakura petals all around you. It's really the absolute, just most beautiful experience you can have. Just sitting there under the trees and just having sakura petals rain down on you. It's just truly, truly breathtaking. And so, the timing for this, it's really only about a week or two where it's really peak conditions. But if you span from the south of Japan all the way down to Kagoshima and going all the way up north to Hokkaido, if you were to travel the distance slowly as the cherry blossom season unfolded, you could really stretch that out over a period of, probably, I would say, a good 6 weeks, maybe even 2 months. And a lot of people actually do that. There's people that are pretty, intense about Hanami season or sakura chasing. And there's people that really do start all the way down south in Kagoshima. I mean, if you really want to, you could, go all the way down to Okinawa and slowly make your way up to Hokkaido. And you could really stretch out the cherry blossom season over a much longer period of time. But in practicality, if you want to come to Japan and you want to enjoy Hanami culture and if you want to enjoy cherry blossom season, a couple things I think you should know. One, if you're going to be going to popular destinations like, popular parks in Tokyo like Yogi Park or Ueno Park or, some of the more popular destinations across Japan, spacing or seating, it's going to be incredibly competitive. Because Japanese people and their families, they want to get the best possible spots because, hey, it's only around for a week. It's only around for 2 weeks. So some people, they wake up really, really early in the morning. They take out their picnic mats, large blue tarps, and they go out super early in the morning and they save the place. They save the perfect place under the tree. For themselves, for their family, for their friends. And they go and they make an entire day of it. Some people are there all day and all night. It might be a 12-hour thing. People are enjoying foods, just enjoying the scenery, enjoying each other's company, having drinks. Of course, younger people, it turns into a big party. And people just really enjoy drinking and having a good time. And it's kind of, the weather's starting to get warmer. Winter's just broke. People are enjoying, the warming weather. It hasn't been pleasant to be outside, in quite a while. So it's also a great time to just go out and enjoy nature, enjoy the coming of spring, taking advantage of the warming weather, and to be able to be outdoors, surrounded by friends, and just kind of just really enjoying the environment. So it is a great time of the year, but also it can be very competitive. So if you do want to enjoy it, you do kind of have to be early to get the best spots. Of course, some people, they don't want to do a picnic and maybe they just want to walk through the park and take photographs. It can also be very crowded and competitive, depending on where you want to go. So, you should really keep that in mind as well. But regardless, whether you're walking through and taking photos, even if it is crowded, or you're having a picnic and there's a lot of people out there, you're just going to have a great time because the cherry blossoms, they're absolutely beautiful. All the Japanese parks and natural spaces, they're so well cared for, and they're just such a breathtakingly beautiful natural sight. I think that you will have a lovely time, regardless of where do you go. And I certainly think that it's something that everybody should see and take advantage of at some point in their lifetime. I've been in Japan for more than 10 years now, and it's still something that I always enjoy going to see. That's all I got for this video, guys. What do you think about cherry blossom season in Japan? Have you ever been yourself? Is it something that you would like to do in the future? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you like the formatting of this video. I would like to have more talks about Japan and Japanese culture with you while enjoying some beautiful scenery around Japan. I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.